All right, so we choose our cards to determine initiative, and once we determine our initiative, I will pick.
Did I have to make a choice between these cards?
You do. So
No, what I mean is, like him, he got rid of one of his cards.
right. No, you get all 5 of yours.
Oh, okay.
So these cards we have represent our unarmed
I've
skills.
got 7.
You've got 7,
Yeah.
right? So you have 2 of
Two
them.
adrenal.
2 adrenal cards that you don't immediately have access to. You have to play the card that determines you get that. So, like this one lets you draw an adrenal card, and then you should have one more. Oh, there it is. Yeah, draw 1 adrenal. So, and then as soon as you play those, you immediately add the adrenal cards to your hand, and then they give you a +1 attack and a +1 move that you can immediately play. So these cards that we play in the beginning is not really going to matter. We're just going to use them to move. So, but you know, ideally we could use them to jump over the fire.
When we use them, do they like go in a discard pile and then we don't get them until we're out?
Right. So as soon as you use them, they go in like what we call the cooldown pile.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you played all your cards, you take them off of cooldown. And then once you take them off cooldown, you start the next round with 1 AP instead of 3. So that is how it...
And 3 APs let you move 3 hexes?
Right. And that's the cards.
And that's all of our base movement is 3 AP?
Right.
And that can be altered by
Cards, yes.
circumstances. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these 2 cards.
Oh, you can play more than one?
You can use all of them you want up to 3 AP. So this determines the action points, and you have 3 action points each round. So you can play this and this one, or you can play 3 ones, or 1 and 1.
So if I played these 2, would they each give me an extra AP?
Correct.
So I would go from 3 to 5.
Well, you would no. So they reduce your pool of 3 by 1. So
Oh,
that
that's
would
the
be
cost.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a minus, not a plus.
Right. Yes.
So if you want to move as quickly as possible, you play one with only 1 AP.
Well, each AP you spend equals 1 movement.
Yeah.
So if you played these 3 cards, you would move 3. It's hard to move more than 3 unless you have a card like what I'm fixing to do.
Okay, if I get 3 at the start and I just play 1 card and it's this, don't I go down to 2?
You do.
Okay.
But you can,
So if I want to move as fast as possible, I'm only going to play 1 card.
well, if you wanted to move 3, you would need to play 3 cards. So each card gives you 1 movement. Well, this card gives you 2. So you would spend 2 AP. This would give you 2 moves.
Oh,
And then if you played this one,
so this is more than one thing.
right.
This is some kind of cost and some kind of movement boost or
Exactly.
AP boost.
Yeah, so it's not really a boost. This is the cost, and it represents how many hexes you can move. So this card lets you move 2, and you would spend 2 to play it. This one lets you move 1, and it would cost 1 to play it. So you could play these 2 cards.
And that would take me to my limit of 3.
That would take you to the limit.
So you don't have any base movement.
No.
You have a ceiling of 3,
Exactly.
depending on the cards you play at the start.
Yes. So the cards and the reason that's sort of important is because later in the game you have things that give you more AP, so you can play more cards, which lets you move more. Like him, that's an example. When he plays these adrenal cards, he plays them automatically. They don't cost anything to play, but they let him move an additional move and do 1 additional damage. So,
Plus 1 AP, plus 1 CC or ballistic or both.
yes. these are the two cards I'm going to play.
So are you guys going to be moving 3?
I'm doing something sort of special. Since I'm in the front, I'm going to move my 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to drop this sigil. So the special mechanic my character has is I can drop these sigils and then I play things on top of the sigil. So if I drop the sigil with a 19 initiative and then I play this one on top of it, I can target the sigil and I can fly to it. So anywhere on it. So, and it also applies burn effect. So as soon as I drop it with this card, it applies 4 burn to enemy unit that I hit. And then the next card I play will let me fly to the sigil.
And avoid the fire?
And avoid the fire. So
what is the chance of fire hitting?
100%.
Oh.
Unless you have...
So you lose a hit when you go through fire space.
Right.
Well, turn to stay in the fire space.
Yeah, you don't want to stay in it. You can, as soon as you hit it, you take 1 burn affliction damage. And the way afflictions work is you add these to your hand, and then once you take your cards off cooldown, that's when the burn is going to take effect. So it's not an immediate. It's immediate for these guys, but for the players, you can accumulate lots of afflictions, and they don't take effect until you take your cards off cooldown. And what that does is there's lots of cards
that might reduce it or something?
That removes afflictions. Yeah, this character and your character, I think, both have sort of affliction mitigation, and that'll remove the afflictions from your hand, so you don't.
I was
suffer.
thinking maybe cleansing wave is the one over here.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
That
That one just heals.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe
This one's got a shield with a +3 beside it.
that's 3 defense is automatically applied, and then you do 1. You retaliate with 1 burn for anybody that attacks you. So you basically create a fire shield around yourself. Yeah. So the icons that's range, of course, and then this is physical damage. That's fire damage, and I think your cards are all direct damage. There's all physical, yeah. So this character doesn't have any affliction damage, and this character is predominantly does burn damage. So, yeah. So these are the first 2 cards I'm going to play. Starting with initiative 19. I'm going to try to get out in front of you guys. Yeah. So as soon as you pick your 3 cards or 2 cards or whatever equals your 3 AP, then we will determine initiative.
I can choose initiative 17 so you can get out of the way. Right?
Yes.
What's the heart +2?
So that's vulnerability. So if you put vulnerability on a character, they take increased damage from any attack.
So
if I attacked it for 1 and it had 2 vulnerability, it would take 3 damage. And that would stack up pretty fast.
how do you track damage to them?
So with these little pips, I'm going to put
I understand.
tokens on it to represent the damage.
Tokens are good.
Yeah.
So should I be wanting to go 3?
Well, I think that we should sort of come out here and kind
Because
of
I can run along here without going into the fire.
Yes. Then, so your character, just sort of a strategic deal to think about. Your character has some telekinesis, so you can use this card and you can pull an enemy to you at range 3 and apply vulnerability, and then this one lets you throw an enemy 2 hexes and immobilize them. So I just played this scenario and I did I fought them right here, so this character can throw them around. You can throw them into the fire and immobilize them, so they take 1 damage this round and 1 damage next round from the fire. So this one has a lot of crowd control and ability.
Assail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just from a strategic. And then
I don't want to give up any of these, and I have to by playing them, don't I?
You do, but you'll get them back as soon as you play all of them. So we have to play them just to move out, and then by the time they get to us, hopefully we can take all of our cards off cooldown, and we'll have our 3 action points available. So it really doesn't matter, I don't think, because I think we'll be able to get all our cards off cooldown before they get to us. So we just need to play them to sort of move.
Okay. And can I play both lightning bolts?
You can.
There we go. They add up to 3.
Okay, great. So which one do you want to use for your initiative? The lower the number, the faster you go. So,
I would use the lower,
right.
33.
Okay, which one do you want to use?
I use the higher
Okay.
one.
Okay, great.
So
And then I'll
Jake
use
will
the
move first.
19. Okay, so let's see what these...
Can you pass through a friendly model?
You can for 1 hex. It just
Okay.
costs you 1 to move through them.
And can you pass through an unfriendly model?
You cannot pass through an unfriendly model.
They're not as obliging. Dexter's really excited about this game.
I can tell.
Okay, so
Looks like it's been poisoned.
initiative from this guy is 31. Initiative from these is 48. So to determine turn order, yours was
33,
33. So 19,
31,
31.
48.
Mine's
I thought you said-
68.
Yeah, so 68. So it goes me,
Big boy,
big boy,
me,
you,
and Celine.
Celine.
Doesn't she follow me?
She
right away?
does, and the little boys over
They're,
here.
they're before Scott and then Scott.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3.
And that's because your cards add up to 3
Correct.
in AP.
And then I'm gonna drop my sigil right across the fire with this card, and then the next one, this order, and then I'm going to fly to it, and that's the effect of this card. So that's it for my turn, and then
Yeah.
big boy moves, so it has revealed a 2.
And that's because his hit points are in the 16 to 8 range.
Correct. Yep. So he's going to move 2 to 1, 2, and they make a beeline for,
He's not in that much hurry moving too.
yeah. So now
Does he have any other abilities he can use?
he doesn't.
Not at this range.
Yeah, that's it. So,
So next it's me.
yep.
I add up to 3.
Okay.
I'm putting him here so you.
All right.
So I will go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does she move right now?
She does immediately behind you.
I'm trying to keep her safe.
Yeah. And then
And
the little fellow.
are there any other functions I can do at this point?
They're not. You could add shield, but nobody's going to attack you.
Right,
And
I
then-
understand.
Yep. So.
So these guys move how many?
Yep. So
Does
they
it come
move,
off of here? Oh, they have
it
their
does.
own.
Yep. So they all move 2 based on the 2 revealed here. So they just. This is 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay.
So theoretically, you could have a player running the bad guys.
You could, and it would definitely make them more strategically dangerous. Much
Because they're
more.
not playing by automatic rules.
Right.
Because as soon as you learn the game, you learn what their potential is, and they can't deviate from it.
Yeah, and it could be crazy, I'm sure. Okay, so that's the end of round
Well,
one.
no.
I get to move.
Oh yeah, you get to move. Excuse me.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
I
so
take damage.
you're gonna
No, not yet.
add this to your hand, and then
When you pull your cards out of cooldown, that's when you assess that.
right.
Correct?
That is correct. And
Cool down power.
And we only get 1 AP.
when we take our cards off cooldown, so
It's a reload and suffer the consequences phase.
that's right.
So I don't take damage yet.
Yet. Your shorts are on fire.
All right. So I've got my next move figured out here. Okay, so
It's our next turn.
yeah,
And so yours add up to 2, so you can only go 2 spaces this time.
yeah, I'm only gonna play. Well, I might as well play 3 of them because I can get my cards off cooldown next time.
So
Yeah.
move up to 3 and then do mischief.
Yeah, so you guys can choose your cards for this round. You got them?
Yeah.
Probably only got 3 left.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move with an initiative of 7, so really fast. Try to move really fast. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a sigil right here, and then the next one I'm gonna target this sigil, and I'm gonna drop a healing of 2 on it. So anybody that moves into it will be healed for 2.
How does that affect?
Him. So if he moves into this, he'll get healed for 2. If you don't need it, like, I probably should have done that differently.
I'm already on
Is
the
he
max
supposed to have
rating.
an affliction card?
He is.
I'm watching you.
It's in his hand. Yeah.
Oh, sure, hide it. I thought your shorts were on fire. Everyone would know that.
Right. So, yeah, that's really the only thing that I could do. But I'm gonna.
Will him moving in there get rid of the affliction card?
Technically, it won't, but
Because he hasn't been wounded yet.
right, he hasn't taken the affliction damage yet. But what you could do is, well, yeah, you could, if you put all your cards on cooldown now, like if you played all of your cards, no, that wouldn't work either. Dang it.
So that's not going to help us much this turn.
It's not. No, it's
Okay.
not.
So you're card burning.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get all my good cards.
And
back.
show us what you can do if
Right.
when it starts to matter.
Yes, exactly. So if anybody that moved on to this sigil would get
Heal 2.
heal 2 and 2 shield. So
Oh,
it's that's what the tank, if I was smart, I would have casted it at my feet or moved onto it. That would have added the shield to myself and anybody else that stood on it.
well,
Like,
you still can.
yeah, like thematically.
No dice have been rolled.
Right. Thematically, I think about it as, this character in the front, and the other 2 behind him, and if we stay grouped up, I can keep dropping these sigils and kind of keep us alive and send them out to the other characters and hit them in the event that we need it. But I'm just going to stay here. I just want to get my cards off cooldown, really.
My best initiative's 21. He was,
Mine's 17.
so you're ahead of me. What was he again? Oh,
Yeah, we got to see what they're going to do this time.
well, since he wasn't wounded, it's the same, right?
Yes. It's just different slides.
Okay. 10 to 5, is that the most wounded one?
So
Because they're all 10.
right, if there's one of them that's has less than 5, you would put 2 slides down, and that would determine, how.
But I mean, at the start, that says 10 to 5. These guys have 30 between them. So what is the 10 to 5 based on? The healthiest or the weakest?
Each of them have 10
Yes?
to start with, and then basically these slides represent 3 of them separately. So it's not like a group. Like one of them could be damaged down to 3 life, and you would place another slide to determine how that specific unit reacted.
Yeah, depending on how much damage they've taken, they have different slides.
Right.
And they're figured independently.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So,
Because it said 10 and they totaled to 30. So I figured it was something else.
right. Yes. Okay.
So the big boy,
Yep.
what's his initiative?
So these 2 both have a 31 initiative, and I did that to sort of explain what happens when multiple units have the same initiative. And the way that you determine if there's a tie between initiatives, it would be the player with the most hit points. So whoever's the healthiest would be the person to move first.
So he'll go before them.
Correct. Exactly.
But what was yours?
Mine, so I'm going to move with an initiative of 44. That's what I'm going to try to do.
So you're going to be last.
Yeah, I'm going to try to drop this, after you guys move.
So you're first.
Yeah.
Then I'm 21. And then these all four are 31. And then you're
44, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
because you're leaning this way to
now did I
interdict.
take my affliction damage?
No.
Did you, as soon as you put your cards off cooldown, so now at the end of this round, when you draw your cards back, you will.
At the start of next turn,
Yeah,
you suffer the damage, you get your cards, and you have 1 AP.
Right, exactly.
And I should have played my adrenals, but
That's okay. You would have. It would have just given you more moves at this phase.
And we need to keep you close because we care about you.
yes.
Definitely.
But you're leaning this way because you said you're going to try to interdict one.
The
Yeah.
guy is trying to
Yeah,
get the
that's a good
And it's
strategy.
is it one of the little ones?
It is this one.
Oh, a specific one.
Yeah, number one on this thing.
Okay, so we have a target.
Yeah.
First order of business, take out Junior.
Yeah, because we don't want taste.
So I'm second at 21.
Yes.
And so I've played Cleansing Wave and Fire Blast. 1, 2, 3. So now I have one of those cards,
You do.
and so does Celine.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
is there anything else that these allow me to do specifically to bad guys, or?
They don't. This one, you could have. This one lets you heal and push them back, and this one applies fire damage. So there's nothing.
They're
that
out of
you-
range.
Yeah, they're out of range. Exactly.
So
How
now
do you keep track of Celine's damage?
So I'm going.
she has 10.
Yeah. So
Does she have a counter or something?
she has. I'm going to use these little
Do you have more of these?
chips. I do not. I didn't bring another one, but I'll just use this. So she immediately takes fire damage. But I can. Yeah.
Can't I heal too?
You can.
Can I do it right now after she takes fire damage?
You moved before her, so
I
you
did.
can't. But that's all right.
Okay,
We're just
listen,
playing.
little girl.
Here's some dice.
Just one.
So this one's gonna move 1, 2, 3. And he has a range of 3. So he's out of range. And this guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3. These are good. Just 2. Let's see. 1, 2. There we go. 2. Okay.
Selena's at 9.
Ah, perfect.
I was able to get that rather quickly because there's 2 of them on there.
Okay, so
Let's let the dice work for us.
Yes.
all right, so I'm gonna take my cards off cooldown.
Show off.
Yeah, and I only
We
have-
all are.
Yeah, we all are. We all should. And I'm
What
only
do
gonna
I do
have.
with my affliction?
We take a
So
hit.
you take a hit of damage because that affliction is afflicted.
I have gone from 18 to 17.
Okay.
He's the Monopoly banker.
Yeah.
I'll-
All right.
okay.
So
This, when I go, this says I can heal 2.
yes, and you can
And
also.
apparently I have to be within range 1.
Yeah. Well, you have a range of 4, and you drop this huge area of effect.
Oh, that's the range.
Right.
And then,
That's the area
Yeah.
of effect, so you can heal.
like a frag grenade.
Yeah.
Okay, is it only one person or everybody in the area of effect?
Everybody in the area of effect receives that specific healing. So. Yeah.
So, I will be coming to put the fire out in your shorts. I'll fix all 3 of our wounds.
Yeah, so if we kind of think about what these guys are going to do.
Well, aha.
So this one is more than likely going to move 3, or move 2. He's got a range of 3, so
Oh.
he's going to be in range.
Do they go before us?
No, they don't, but I'm just thinking about what they're going to do this turn, because they're actually going to be in range to hit us, or at least this guy is.
I'm confused. So they've moved.
They moved, yes.
How fast does he go?
2. Or he's, 2 for all of his moves.
It's the new turn, so they haven't moved yet.
Yeah, they haven't moved this
Okay.
round. They moved last round.
But he went more than 2.
Did he? Maybe he went.
He was way back here.
I thought he was right here. He started here, so he moved 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, this guy starts here. So
Okay,
he
so
moved
last
1,
turn he
2,
went 2.
and then he moved 2.
But
Or
he
here.
doesn't have initiative.
He moved,
He moved
first
last round,
round,
the
and
first
then
round
while you
and
were
the
getting the
second round.
dice, I moved him for the second round.
But don't I go ahead of him because of initiative?
You did, but after you went to get the dice for her being burned, I moved him
Oh, I see.
and the other guys. I
So,
moved.
they've now taken 2 turns,
Right,
Yes.
exactly. So,
even though. Okay, but I've only taken 1 turn. Celine's only taken 1 turn. He's only taken 1.
No, you took.
Oh no,
one
we
up
took
here,
2.
you took
I'm
2,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm a twit.
that's okay.
Okay, so you said at the start of turn 3, we
We get our cards back,
From
but we only
cooldown.
have 1 action point.
One action point.
Yeah, that we can use.
Oh, and cleansing wave is 2 action points, so I won't be using it this turn.
Not this turn, no. But I can heal, I think. Let me see.
And
No, I can't. I can't heal this round either. But if I can move first, so if I can move first,
but
the person that moves first,
but
Gen-
aren't you last?
well, I mean, if I use an initiative
Oh,
card,
oh, we haven't determined initiative this
right?
turn.
Yeah, if I use an initiative card that lets me move first, I can armor myself up for this guy to attack me if I can. Because if he can't get in range of this person, he's going to attack the next closest
And
person.
should I be thinking about that range 5 lightning bolt that covers apparently 3 spaces?
Yes, you could definitely use that to.
Because after I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, I'm sorry. There's nobody. I'm sorry. This guy. After I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes for 3 spaces, I could get these 2.
You could, yes, if you
Would
could.
that? And I have 2 of these,
Yeah,
and it only is 1 AP, so I could pull it off this turn.
you only have 1 AP this turn.
Yeah.
You just got your cards off cooldown.
But
So
this only cost me 1 AP,
Right.
so I could use it this
you
turn.
could definitely.
Would
use
you
it.
advise that when I take my turn?
It depends on how fast you go. So if you used a 63, there's a chance this guy would go before us. Actually, there's a
Yeah,
a
but
really
I mean,
good chance.
should I be thinking about trying to use it?
I think so.
Because
I-
it's only 1 AP, and I might be able to get more than one enemy in the area of effect.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Is it automatic?
It does automatically do that.
And is the damage 2?
It is.
So I'll do 2 points to 1 or more if I can get him in that linear pattern of 3.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
And
if
that card.
You said we should be thinking about what we're doing
Yeah.
this turn.
Yeah.
I'm limited to the 1 AP cards, and 2 of those are lightning bolt.
Right. So you're pretty. That's seems like that's probably a strategy for you. So, and then these guys, if you play that one, you're very likely to go after them. So they would be in range potentially. This guy would certainly be potentially in range.
Do you have any questions? Because I have another one.
Yeah, we only have 1 AP. We can only play 1 card.
Yep.
1 card with 1 AP on
Yeah.
it.
With 1 AP. Yep.
No, okay, and I can draw on a journal card
Exactly. Yep.
and just put it in my hand.
But
Yep. And then
are you going? Does he go first?
well, it depends on
Yeah,
his
41.
initiative. 41. So I'm going to try to go first. I'm going to move out, try to armor up. If you do a fire blast for 21, so I would go before.
There's no range listed on it.
Right. Well, it's just so the black sort of represents your character's location.
Okay, so is that the same with the lightning bolt then? It comes
Yes.
from me.
It does come from you.
So if that's the case, how is it range 5?
Yeah, that's probably not right. It should be. It should be just 3 red. There shouldn't be a gray one. So basically you shoot a lightning bolt down and it sort
Well-
of shoots through them.
I thought it could be taken as the origin point of the spell,
Right.
not me, but my target space, and then 3 from there.
It is. That's,
Whereas, because this has no range,
right.
its origin space is me.
Yes. That
Range
is.
self.
Yeah. That's definitely an error in the.
Well, no,
I'm glad you found it.
it's just they're the same color, but
Yeah.
they're a little bit different in that
Right.
one comes from me and one comes from my target space, and then
Yeah, this card should be all red. So all 3 of those spots should
I
be
see.
red. And
But-
that would. Yeah, I'm glad you found that.
Do you want to write that down, or
I do, definitely.
aren't you recording it?
Yeah, I'll remember it.
I understand.
Yeah, I'll remember it.
I can get your pen and pad though.
Yeah, that would be great. Yes, sir.
Or would you prefer pencil and pad?
I think just a pencil. I can just jot it down on this.
I hope nobody's too cold. I don't have a ceiling fan on.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine.